It is a terrifying thought, and the chef himself isn't partaking. He's merely presenting this two-pair dock on Britain's favorite Class A, which includes a Colombian trek to see where cocaine is processed. The ingredients, cement powder, sulfuric acid, gasoline, are unorthodox, but otherwise this might be just another episode of Kitchen Nightmares. With all the sensitivity we've come to expect, he sounds fucking happy. Is he high? Ellen E. Jones, Paul O'Grady, For the Love of Dogs, 8:30 p.m. ITV. A new series begins of Paul O'Grady's mawkish canine passion project about the population of the Battersea Dogs Cats home just without any of the cats. In this first installment, he meets a Dalmatian cross who has been abandoned and is about to give birth to puppies. He also goes all dog fat camp, as he tries to get an overweight Shar-Pei cross, the ones with the excessive wrinkles, back into half-decent shape. Ben Arnold, The Ganges with Sue Perkins, 9 p.m, BBC One. Over 3 episodes, Sue Perkins travels down a waterway Hindus regard as India's mother goddess. She begins in the Himalayas with a trek to the river source and some altitude sickness. I'm retching over a hillock. With reflections on the loss of her father, climate change and spiritual snobbery along the way, Perkins then heads downstream where, among other highlights, she visits Rishikesh, which once welcomed the Beatles. Jonathan Wright winging it. Helen MacDonald with Hawk Lupin. Photograph Mike Burkhead Associates, BBC. Mike Burkhead Associates, Natural World. H is for Hawk, a new chapter, 9 p.m, BBC Two. As anyone who's sobbed through Ken Loach's captivating film Kes will attest, there is something particularly intense about the bond between loner humans and wild falcons. 3 years ago, author and falconer Helen MacDonald published her memoir H is for Hawk, wherein she dealt with the grief of losing her father by absorbing herself in raising and living with a goshawk. Now, she resolves to train a new, and very different, goshawk chick. Sophie Harris, England's Reformation, 3 books that changed a nation, 9 p.m, BBC 4. On the 31st of October it will be the 500th anniversary of Martin Luther nailing the document that would spark the Reformation to a Wittenberg church door. In England, the key texts were Tyndale's New Testament, Fox's Book of Martyrs and the Book of Common Prayer. This excellent documentary by Yanina Ramirez re-examines those books, and explains how they shaped Protestant British spirituality. Andrew Mueller, 2 Broke Girls, 9 p.m. For the 6th and final season of a U.S. sitcom that's as subtle as a fuchsia anvil fans of Mrs. Brown's Boys might like its musty stereotypes, theatrical entrances and Wilfus do groaners delivered at maximum volume. Waitresses Max Cat Dennings and Caroline Beth Bears are once again setting up a business. This time it's a dessert bar, with the joke that nobody knows what that means deemed worthy of heavy repetition. A gross-out gag involving amniotic fluid is the highlight. Jack Seal, Richard Wilson's Highland Fling, 9 p.m. More for This Is No Jolly, says Wilson as he embarks on a jolly that will see him whisked from Edinburgh by luxury train, then on to Oban to join a cruise ship to explore the islands off the West Highlands of Scotland. He promises this is not one of those celebrity journeys in which I discover myself, but there is a personal dimension to the actor's trip. Last year he suffered a heart attack and is keen to rediscover the country he left 60 years ago. David Stubbs TV film Stalag 17 Billy Wilder, 1953, 10 a.m. More for in Wilder's witty, satirical drama The Americans are far from the heroic types. There's no motorbiking Steve McQueen here. Instead there is Oscar-winning William Holden's cynical wheeler-dealer Sergeant Sefton, whose twin war aims are to survive and make a kickbuck. It's a highly individual demolition of the traditional war movie. Paul Howlett. Click here to watch the trailer for Kill Bill Volume 1. Kill Bill Volume 1. Quentin Tarantino, 2003, 9 p.m. TCM. Tarantino's blood-drenched martial arts extravaganza has wronged woman Uma Thurman, wreaking vengeance on her erstwhile boss Bill David Carradine, and the rest of the deadly Viper assassination squad who left her for dead on her wedding day. Basically a series of sensational set pieces, from a carve-up in a suburban home to a silhouetted samurai sword battle, all done with irresistible energy, audacity and wit. Paul Howlett. Live Sport. UEFA Europa League Football. Red Star Belgrade v Arsenal, 5:30 p.m. BT Sport 2. A tough trip for the Gunners, with Everton v Lyon to follow. Cycling European Track Championships, 6:30 p.m. Eurosport 2. Day 1 from Berlin. European Challenge Cup Rugby Union Gloucester v Agents, 7:30 p.m. Sky Sports main event. Coverage of the second Pool 3 encounter.